Hello, everyone. Third day of the Alliance match. So, since the last time with the California Republic and Venezuela have accepted my trade offers. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, guys. I think that's now almost everyone in here. We're still waiting for Cuba, though, at the very least. I think that's about it, right? Let's see. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's practically Cuba. Yeah, as always though, I am thankful for you guys and all that. For all of trusting me enough to let me see all of your troops and all of your movements. As I said though, I have absolutely no intention of attacking unless I'm attacked first, which means I'm also a prime target and all that. But this is literally just a training match and all that. Anyway, let me get through my stuff quickly, as always, and then we'll get into the watching, the judging, the conniving, all of that. So let's see here. You're not even done. What about this? You're done. Dreadnoughts run away. Because I'm trying not to like make this centered around my playthroughs and all that stuff. I'm trying to make it center around my alliance. Because at the end of the day, this is who the team is. And we're going to try to get to the top with this team and all that. Now sadly, because I'm doing such like a lackluster thing here, I don't care as much about myself. My playing is not going to be up to par and all that. I will admit that. So if you want to call it self-sabotage and all that, go ahead. Let's get this started though. These industries. Anyway, let's start. Let's go up here to Canada and all that. So as we can see here with Canada, well, Quebec specifically, because I think Canada's its own nation. Yeah, Quebec. I'll call it Quebec. He has routed a troop here, an infantry unit now, to help take St. John's. He does have one on this island, and he has them all off the coast. So it seems like his plan is to overwhelm his opponent with Navy superiority. At least a lot of naval invasions here. No, nothing tad crazy, but it is worth mentioning that everyone should be getting their first infantry and mechs up now, and tanks. So as you can see, here in Quebec, he does have his first light tank up and all that. Now, how that will develop, we will see in the upcoming days and all that. But yeah, for now he has level 2 ordnance factory. He has level 1 industry here, barracks, you know, all the standard stuff. Heavy factory level 2. Love it. So yeah, he's just gonna take out the AI by this time, for that I can tell. Have a great one and all that. Now, for down here, the Freemasons Lodge of America, who I mistakenly thought was me last time. Yesterday. Sorry for that, Freemasons. As you can see, he's pushed up and taken out the AI already up here and all that. Very aggressive strat indeed, but hey, not as aggressive as so many others we'll be looking at. Now, as we can see here, there's a Steel Belt Empire scout mech in this city, but he is going for secret weapons labs now and all that. And light tanks, it seems. Interesting. So he looks like he's going to double down on the light tank strat instead of trying to go for medium mechs. And it looks like his strat's going to be to overwhelm his opponents with a lot of troops going off to secret weapons labs. He's making, or maybe he's going for a behemoth. Who knows? Let's come over here to Dutch America, see what they're up to. Now, as we can see here, aggressive strat as always. He's hitting up multiple people at once and all that. Which of course is like all, to my knowledge, areas you can actually play as, so it's not technically against AI. Looks like he is losing infantry against an artillery stack. Interesting. So in all things considered, it looks like he actually took a fatal blow to his army. Now, will anyone capitalize on that though? I don't know. Now, it potentially looks like here, that Hispanic Nueva Mexico and Dutch America could potentially fight each other here, depending on if they're communicating or not, over St. George. Definitely interesting, all things considered. So if we look at Billings over here, infantry, Bozeman's more infantry and all that. He also has secret weapons labs up. A lot of people have secret labs up immediately, which is definitely interesting. Not something you normally see as a strat. He does have this over here prepped to make medium mechs, but he's not started any yet, to my knowledge. Now, what is worrisome is the fact that his capital is undefeated, and he's going at war with the Great Sioux Union. So that could prove fatal. But we'll have to see in the upcoming days how that will bide for him. Now for Cascadia up here, the pro player, the one that honestly I'd probably expect to win and everyone else expects to win. He's going for motorized now, so he's started with infantry, militia, and he's going to do motorized with medium mechs. Interesting start, to say the least. Now, not every city, especially his capital, is actually undefended, and so is Portland. So he's going to pump out troops at a few cities instead of all of them. So that way, he may be using up a lot of resources to make him, but his army will be powerful. So he's trading size for strength, essentially, which is very interesting to see indeed. So let's see how he's been pushing. So he's been pushing through California pretty good. Now this right here is interesting. So he is going to be killing off the Californian Republic, which is what looks to be an AI, actually, that has given me right away or something. Right? Oh no, it's Crimson Knight. Ooh. Wait. Crimson Knight? No way. Do we have our first player killed? That's going to be insane if that's the case. So let's see here. California Republic, Crimson Knight. So this is the California Republic. Interesting. So let's see here. So Cascadia, with his interesting start, has already taken out a player. Interesting. So Cascadia is leaving nothing untouched. He is brutalizing California Republic right now. And it looks like the California Republic is out of this game. So at least one player has already been eliminated by the, by the end of the second day, really. Interesting. So can California Republic make a comeback? Doesn't look like he's active, so we can write him off. RIP Crimson Knight, it was nice having you here. So now, let's look at Hispanic Nueva Mexico. Let's see what they're going for. Now, they're going for a lot of infantry, for what I can see. That is definitely respectable and all that. So it looks like here, he's just going to do some light tanks and he's going to upgrade medium mechs and go through with medium mechs. It's typical stuff. Now, this right here is going to be an interesting junction. Cascadia can attack Mexico, he can attack Dutch America and all that, as long as he's on a coalition with him. So Cuba and Gran Colombia are under coalition, so Venezuela was kicked out. Mexico and Texas are also in one, which is very interesting and all that. So yeah. So as we can see over in Phoenix, though, Mexico's bringing up a strong defense up north in preparation for the potential war against Dutch America. That will be exciting to see how this comes along. And it looks like, along with that, Texas is trying to secure his right side and all that. Let's keep going down here. So actual Mexico down here is sharing a border with Hispanic. Now, this could be bad for Hispanic Nueva Mexico, because if he's in a three-way war here between him, Dutch America, Cascadia, Mexico could just come in and sweep him up. Potentially, but we'll see. And all that. So, it's an interesting start by Hispanic Nueva Mexico, concerning he's bringing all his troops up north and all that. I guess he trusts that he's down here is not going to be attacked. Now let's talk Texas and all that, shall we? So Texas seems to... Ooh, it doesn't seem like he has a big army, but he is now making infantry and all that. No industries, though. Can make heavy mechs. he's making subs. Interesting. So he's the first person so far that I've seen actually start making a navy, even if it is just subs and all that. So yeah. Oh, I don't mean that. So yeah, it looks like most of his army hasn't cut off, but he is. Oh, hey! Come on, I know to work with me here. Work with me here, right? But it does seem like Texas down here, though, is going for something a little bit interesting. For what I could have seen, and all that. So come down here. So he is trying to secure the AI nations and all that, but all his cities are basically abandoned right now. But he is preparing a lot of stuff to be at Corpus Christi. Could he be preparing to push into Mexico from this side? We'll have to wait and see about that. So far, none of his stuff is upgraded naturally and all that. We can respect that. His artillery is there, his scout mech's there, and so is most of his things. But we also do know. Ooh, this will be interesting. So that pulls up. We'll look at it in a second, though. So if you look over here to Mexico itself, he is attacking AI. He is taking some damage and all that. But it seems like he's gripping up all his troops. They're all at half health. And yeah, let's hope that works out for him. So right now, ooh, it looks like when he took over Victoria de Durango from this place, he's actually making artillery there. So he's going for artillery and all that with some infantry. So it looks like he's going to be very artillery focused. Artillery and infantry focused for this one, which isn't a bad strat. That's like a solid start. Not only issue there is if people have navy and air, but there's always issues to everything here. On top of that, he's also been pushing down south, really aggressively too, it seems, leaving some AI places behind. Like the capital of Yucatan, he decided to instead push down into the Federal Republic of Central America. Very interesting. So he doesn't have a strong push going here. He has one infantry, artillery, and scout mech and all that. We hope he does well. Before you can see here, Gran Colombia seems to be going for an attack on Texas. Now this is very interesting. Now this is risky because Texas knows there's going to be an attack here. He knows something's going to happen. And over here, Colombia has mostly 8 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 scout mech. Now, I don't want to play favorites here, but even with that big, overwhelming force, he's going to be taking potential fire as he's coming into Texas's territory and all that. And on top of that, he has to face off with 2 tanks, which will have a very strong defense against soft targets, as we can see here. Overall, 21 against that. And on top of that, his artillery piece and scout mech, they're not going to help him that much in this battle, so that would be very interesting to see. But as we can see, Mexico is trying to push a Yucatan's little place here and probably puts it to San Pedro, so he has 2 infantry down there. That's nice. So far, everyone's doing great, it seems, and all that. So now let's go down to South America. So as we can see here, Gran Colombia has relinquished most of his Panama control since he is going for the attack against Texas, which is very interesting. Now, this looks like it's an all-out attack though with at least 80% of his army. Now all he's doing is going for some basic infantry and all that. So very simple startup, as we can see. Over here, Venezuela is going for Secret Labs level 2 already. So he really wants to be pumping out troops right now. So as you can see, he's got infantry done, he's had tanks done, so he had all of that done already. And all that. So all in all, there's going to be some interesting battles coming up. From what I can tell, it's going to be Gran Colombia pitted against Texas. It's going to be Dutch America, Cascadia, and Hispanic Nuevo Mexico in a 3-way fight, potentially. That's going to be very interesting. And I say 3-way fight because once Cascadia gets down here with the California Republic, he might take his chance to strike, essentially. So very, very interesting overall. But it seems like no one's going for airplanes yet and all that. And no one's going for a real navy outside of Texas. Now, there's one caveat to this. if Texas can get a submarine up before Grand Columbia strikes, it will be over for Grand Columbia, and Columbia will face a failure. Now, sadly, that won't happen unless Texas can stall Grand Columbia in some way. But yeah, so far the West and the South are embroiled in an interesting conflict. So over here on the East Coast, not a lot of combat, but over here, it's brutal player versus player stuff right now, which is very, very interesting. Now, a different aspect, it looks like this could also be a coalition battle too. If Texas is being attacked by Grand Columbia, that's half of a coalition fighting, which means Mexico might jump in to help Texas, and Cuba might try to fight Mexico in response. Just interesting to see. Now, I am saddened that Cuba does not want to grant me the ability to see into his territory. I understand why and all that, so I can't fault him for that in any way. But from what I can gather is because there's no buildings, he's not built anything yet. It looks like he may have just joined Invit, or he's counting on Grand Columbia to really carry this for him, which is not going to work out, as there's some pretty experienced people in here and all that. So I have high hopes for everyone in here. Sorry, Crimson Knight, it looks like you're out of this one. Of course, we'll be glad to have you around again in any future Alliance matches and all that. But yeah, sadly, going against a top player is sadly a recipe for disaster, you know? You can't fault him for how he fell, even if he wasn't that active. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on this internal Alliance match on the next one tomorrow night. Midnight. These episodes will come out every midnight, in addition with the other stuff. Anyway, hope this is interesting to y'all. We are ready to take on any alliance after this is over, I'm assuming. I don't know, of course, but if you want to set up something, join my Discord down below. A few of the alliance members are in there, and I'm sure we can set something up. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this little summary, not summary, but examination of, well, I guess you could say the beginning of the third day. You know, it's like 6 hours away of this interesting matchup. We'll see how the battles are like tomorrow. Bye!